Well, hey there, Leslie here. I wanted to do another video that is the opposite of what I talked about the other day, where we discussed what paralegals wish their attorneys understood. This video is what attorneys wish their paralegals were aware of or understood. So let's get right to it. This number one, leaving in the middle of a work emergency. I had this happen in the middle of preparing many complaints in the federal courts in 4 different states, in I think it was 10 or 11 different districts altogether. So that was a lot of paper, and a lot of copies had to be made, and then the certain copies had to be served by certified mail return receipt requested, which then when I did this, it was going to take forever because we had to handwrite everything out. So I had it, we knew this was coming. Everybody knew this was coming. But nobody wanted to volunteer to stay to help with this. Everybody wanted to go home. Well, I did too, but you know, this was something that I was a senior paralegal leader over. But people just absconded. They left. And one attorney stayed back, and he said, I will help you. I know how to do all this, because he worked for a government agency, and none of the staff knew how to do it. So he did all of the, honestly, a lot of the secretarial work as well. So, which was kind of mind-boggling to hear. But it was so great that he stayed back. I would have been there till 10 o'clock at night, and that would have been problematic because we had a deadline to meet and get this filed and postmarked by 8 o'clock at the local post office, which did stay open till then. So staying when there is an emergency is important. Now, I know there are self-made emergencies because some people don't start working till 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Yes, I have worked for those. And that's not really an emergency. That's called procrastination. But leaving in the middle of a true emergency, excuse me guys, got a robocall coming in. Leaving in the middle of a true emergency is unacceptable, and the attorney cannot count on you. So number 2, getting along with others in the law firm. When there is infighting, it distracts everybody and it creates a tension. I've worked in the middle of that in several law firms where there's just too much of that going on. It's a lack of professionalism, to be honest. And so let's say it wasn't taking the high road. And it really boils down to management and them controlling and understanding what's going on in that law firm. There can be bullies. It can be like high school or junior high. So you want to avoid getting in the mix, in the middle of all of that, at all costs. Okay, number 2, that was getting along with others in the firm. Number 3, dressing more professionally. To be honest, I wouldn't be wearing this in the law firm. This is for me, what I wear personally. But when I am going to be on video, you know, be on Zoom in a meeting, and because so many of us are working remotely now, I make sure I'm in black, charcoal, brown, in solid colors usually, maybe with a print blouse, but it's super conservative and a professional look, like I'm ready to work, and this is more like casual. So I wouldn't meet a client in this. I wouldn't want to be on a call with a business client with my attorney. In this, I would have my a solid color. It could be gray, a light gray, but it's going to be solid color usually, and very little jewelry on. and not anything super flashy, super conservative for this, for the legal field. Okay. Number 4, acting professionally. In the presence of clients, I call my attorney Mr. Remillard or Mr. Smith or Mrs. John Jones or whatever. So giving that honor to the employer in front of the client is very important, and not being too casual, okay? And being very respectful in front of the client. No rolling of the eyes, no sighing because they're asking you to do something. I am not above serving coffee, drinks, getting lunch, any of that to make the day go smoother for my attorney, okay? Let's see. Number 5 is the final one. Accountability and communication go hand in hand. So you've got to have systems in place in order to meet the deadlines and not miss them. That's your accountability, using certain systems like a calendar, and communicating with your attorney. When you send an email to your attorney as a reminder, and maybe that's what they asked you to do, but then verbally backing that up. And yes, it's extra work, but sometimes they're so consumed with something else they're doing that they forgot to check that email, or they missed it. They were writing an email back to somebody else and then they forgot to go back and read yours. Follow up verbally. That's your accountability factor. You're going to have certain systems in place that keep you on track, and if you make a mistake, you have to own up for it and account for it, and then come up with a solution before you own up to it, and to show that you won't be making this mistake again. So communication, accountability, very important. So those are 5 ways that attorneys wish that we would understand what they worry about and what they're consumed with. They worry about serving the client. Most attorneys worry about that. They worry about bringing enough business into the firm to pay their salary as well as everybody else's, and to pay benefits. They do think about those things. So how will you change some of the things you do so that you can live up to this? That's the question. Okay, so have a great day. Any questions or comments, post them below. Would love to hear from you, even if it's just to say hello. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and click that bell button so you don't miss a single video that I have coming up for you. And remember that I currently have the Paralegal Inner Circle class and the Cover Letter Secrets class at a 4th anniversary pricing. So don't miss that, okay? It's a celebration for me of 4 years on Facebook and in my Paralegal Coffee Talk on that page, as well as the Paralegal Break-In group, but also 4 years on YouTube. So have a great day. Check the links in the description box below, because there is a paralegal resource hub you don't want to miss, and also a video within that area that you need to see regarding getting 0 callbacks, okay? And I will talk to you in the next video tomorrow. Take care. Bye.